What is up, you guys? Today we're diving into the wild world of crime, but not the serious stuff. We're talking about the hilarious fails, the moments that make you question how these people even tied their shoes in the morning, let alone attempted to break the law. Get ready to laugh because we're about to expose the dumbest criminals in history. Let's do this. Alright, first up, we've got a bank robber who must have skipped school the day they taught common sense. This genius walks into a bank, note in hand, ready to make his demands. He slams the note down, and the teller almost bursts out laughing. Why? Because this criminal mastermind wrote his robbery demand on the back of his own personal check. You know, the one with his name, address, phone number, the whole 9 yards. I mean, come on, it's like he wanted to get caught. Whatever his thought process was, it landed him a spot on our list of the dumbest criminals ever. Seriously, who does that? Next up, we've got a story that proves crime really doesn't pay, especially when you're not exactly the sharpest tool in the shed. Our tale begins with a wannabe car thief who thought he had hit the jackpot. Imagine his excitement when he stumbled upon an unlocked car, just sitting there, practically begging to be taken. He must have felt like he was in a movie, the kind where the hero finds a treasure chest. But little did he know, his adventure was about to take a turn for the ironic. As he hopped into the driver's seat, ready to make his grand escape, he was met with an unexpected obstacle. There, staring him right in the face, was a big fat club locked securely onto the steering wheel. You can almost hear the dramatic music come to a screeching halt. Our criminal mastermind's plan had hit a major snag, and he was left sitting there, dumbfounded. Talk about bad luck. It's like the universe decided to teach him a lesson in the most ironic way possible. You can practically hear the record scratch as he realizes his grand heist has been foiled by a simple piece of metal. It's like trying to rob Fort Knox with a plastic spork. No matter how much effort you put in, you're just not going to get anywhere. In the end, our would-be thief didn't get the car, but he did earn himself a gold medal in the Criminals Who Didn't Think Things Through Olympics. So, next time you think about taking a shortcut in life, remember this story. Sometimes the universe has a way of reminding us that there's no substitute for good old-fashioned common sense. Hold on to your hats, folks, because this next story is a real doozy. We've got a burglar who clearly missed the memo that chimneys are for Santa Claus, not for sneaking into people's homes. This guy decided to take the holiday spirit to a whole new level, and let's just say it didn't end well. This aspiring thief, probably after watching one too many Christmas movies, decided to channel his inner Santa and shimmy down a chimney. Problem was, he wasn't exactly built for chimney travel. They woke up to the sound of our chimney-dwelling friend, stuck fast and yelling for help. The fire department had to be called, and I'm sure they got a good laugh out of this one. I bet this guy will stick to doors from now on. Alright, this next story is so ridiculous, you'd swear it was straight out of a movie. It's one of those tales that makes you question the intelligence of some people. And yet, you can't help but be entertained by the sheer audacity of it all. We're talking about a robber who took the phrase due diligence to a whole new level. This wasn't your average run-of-the-mill criminal. No, this guy had a unique approach to planning his heist. This guy wanted to make absolutely sure his target was worth his time, so he did something so unbelievably stupid it's almost genius. He decided that the best way to ensure a successful robbery was to gather some inside information first. This criminal mastermind decided to pick up the phone and call the bank he was planning to rob. Yes, you heard that right. He actually thought it was a good idea to call ahead and check on the bank's cash reserves. That's right, he actually called them. Imagine the audacity and the sheer nerve it takes to do something like that. It's almost as if he thought he was making a reservation at a restaurant. I can just imagine the conversation. "Hello, is this the First National Bank?" The bank employee on the other end must have been completely baffled by the call. "Yeah, I just wanted to make sure you guys have enough cash on hand for a robbery today. You know, just checking." The sheer absurdity of the situation is mind-boggling. Of course, the bank employees were immediately suspicious and contacted the authorities. They couldn't believe what they were hearing and knew they had to act fast. This guy basically handed himself over to the police on a silver platter. It's a story that will go down in the annals of criminal history as one of the most bizarre and ill-conceived heists ever attempted. You know that feeling when you leave your phone at a friend's house? Annoying, right? Well, imagine leaving your ID at the scene of a crime. Talk about a rookie mistake. That's exactly what our next criminal mastermind did, proving that common sense isn't exactly common. This guy, probably in a rush to get away with his ill-gotten gains, managed to drop his wallet at the scene of the crime. And guess what was inside? His driver's license, social security card, library card, you name it, it was in there. Talk about making it easy for the cops. It's like he wanted to be featured on World's Dumbest Criminals. I bet the police officers who responded to the scene couldn't believe their luck. A real dumb deal, that is. Get ready to cringe, folks, because this next story is a real head-scratcher. We've got a shoplifter who took the phrase hiding in plain sight to a whole new level. This guy tried to pull off a heist that's equal parts ridiculous and painful. This criminal mastermind decided he really needed a chainsaw. Not just any chainsaw, mind you, but a chainsaw from a hardware store, which he would then conceal in his pants. I'm not sure what kind of pants he was wearing, but I'm guessing they weren't designed with chainsaw storage in mind. I can just imagine the awkward waddle as he tried to make his escape, the chainsaw clinking and clanking with every step. This guy definitely wins the award for most ill-advised hiding place ever. Alright, this next story proves that some criminals are about as bright as a burnt-out light bulb. We're talking about a thief who tried to pull off a move so dumb it's almost impressive. This guy decided to try and sell stolen goods back to the person he stole them from. I'm not sure what kind of logic, or lack thereof, was going on in his head, but it's clear he wasn't thinking straight. Maybe he thought the victim had amnesia or something. The look on the victim's face must have been priceless. They probably couldn't believe their ears. It's like he thought he was playing some kind of elaborate prank show. This guy takes the cake for most audacious criminal move ever attempted. This next story is for all of you who've ever pulled an all-nighter and ended up falling asleep in the most awkward places. We've got a burglar who took the phrase tired on the job to a whole new level. This guy decided to take a little nap while he was supposed to be committing a crime. Whatever the reason, he decided to catch some Z's at the worst possible time. I can just imagine the scene. The homeowners come back to find a window broken, their belongings scattered about, and a dude passed out on the couch, snoring away like a hibernating bear. Either way, this guy earns a gold medal in the criminals who need more sleep competition. Alright, this next story proves that some criminals get their ideas from the bad advice section of the internet. We're talking about a robber who thought he could outsmart everyone with a disguise so ridiculous, it's almost laughable. This guy decided to use lemon juice as invisible ink, thinking it would render him undetectable to security cameras. I'm not sure where he got this idea, but I'm guessing it wasn't from a reliable source. Maybe he watched one too many spy movies or thought he was a modern-day Leonardo da Vinci. Of course, lemon juice doesn't work that way. In fact, it probably just made him look like he had a bad case of the sniffles. This guy takes the cake for most ineffective disguise ever. And last but not least, we've got a story that proves some criminals are just begging for attention, even if it means ending up behind bars. In today's digital age, where every moment is captured and shared, some people just can't resist the urge to broadcast their misdeeds to the world. We're talking about criminals who document their crimes on social media, basically handing over evidence to the police on a silver platter. It's almost as if they believe that the virtual world operates under different rules, where their actions won't have real-world consequences. These guys are the ultimate cautionary tales for anyone who thinks posting every aspect of their lives online is a good idea. They serve as a stark reminder that the internet never forgets, and neither do law enforcement agencies. From bragging about their latest heist to posting selfies with stolen goods, these criminals are their own worst enemies. Their need for validation and attention blinds them to the fact that they're leaving a digital trail straight to their doorstep. Maybe they think they're untouchable, or maybe they just crave the likes and followers, even if it means getting caught. The allure of internet fame can be so strong that it overshadows the very real risks involved. It's like they're watching a How to Get Arrested 101 tutorial. They meticulously document their every move, making it incredibly easy for authorities to piece together the evidence. They're like walking, talking public service announcements for why you should think twice before you post. So the next time you feel the urge to share something questionable online, remember these stories. Think twice because you never know who's watching. Well, there you have it, folks. The dumbest criminals in history, caught in the act of being absolutely clueless. I bet you're feeling smarter already, right? Just remember, if you ever decide to embark on a life of crime, which I highly advise against. For the love of all that is good, try to avoid making the same mistakes as these geniuses. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on more hilarious content like this. Peace out.